holding on to Jimmy Garoppolo and making it seem like things are going according to plan and they're going to get what they want or more? Are the Niners setting expectations higher on a Jimmy G trade?
I think they are, man. I spend a lot of time with the fans and Twitter spaces, talking through these things, and I can tell you they're anxious. Like, fans are extremely anxious. They genuinely feel like Jimmy at this point is costing them big name players, like you said, J.C. Jackson, other Hassan Reddick, whatever, who else is out there. But they feel like with him being on this roster, it's handcuffing them going out and getting other players. Now, whether that's true or not, that doesn't matter. That is the opinion right now. And the expectation is, especially with I think it was Middlecoff that came out and said a second round pick was on the table. Whether that's true or not, you tie those two things together, I think absolutely people are expecting that they get a lot more for a Jimmy Garoppolo trade. If they keep him another week, Grant, all these other free agents go off the board and they leave with, I don't know, 2/4. You think people are going to be happy with that? I don't. I think people would probably be like, yeah, you probably should have just cut him, eaten the 7.5 million until next year, and gotten some really good players. That's what I think people are going to expect. So if they don't get at least a second at this point, yeah, I think they are really hurting themselves, when it comes to this fan base and what their expectations are at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're going to hold on to him expressly so they don't take a big hit. Like, they're afraid of people like me saying, "Ha, you lost the trade,"
Mm.
when they need to just move on. And what they're going to do potentially is hold on to him for an entire year. Like, rather than trade him for a fourth round pick and be embarrassed, you'll just never trade him. Take a comp, third round comp next year. Like, sweet. You won. You didn't lose the trade, but you also didn't create cap space you could have used to go all in and win the Super Bowl. Like, what are you doing? Are you ever going to actually make this final push to go over the top? Or are you going to be content with being one of the team? Like, I seem like the Niners are cool with just being a Super Bowl, a playoff team. We'll get to the playoffs and then anything could happen. Yeah, I guess. Why don't you just take matters into your own hands like the Rams do?
If they had gotten rid of Jimmy last offseason and not spent that money, they could have $50 million right now going into this free agency. Guys like Chandler Jones, maybe not Von Miller, that was ridiculous what he got paid, but Chandler Jones, Hassan Reddick, J.C. Jackson, they could have went out and got two of those guys easily, but they chose not to. And so now they're letting this thing linger and linger and linger. I they don't have the autonomy at this point. If they had done this, I don't know, 10 days ago and said, hey, we're going to cut Jimmy, knowing that they weren't going to get anything, and said, all right, we're going to cut him because we respect him. We want him to be able to choose his next destination. For us, it's about creating salary cap space. That's what we're getting. Thank you, Jimmy, for all the memories, and moved on. I think that would have been more respected than what they're doing now if they don't get a big haul, or at least what people think they should get at this point by holding on to him.
TJW says, Grant, how did quality control miss on Tom Compton? He's going to the Broncos when I thought he was the only in the NFL because of Kyle. Fair. When I watch training camp, remember, there's no tackling. So it's hard to judge run blocking, run defense. It's pretty much like passing. So what I saw from Tom Compton is he was an atrocious pass blocker. So is Mike McGlinchey. Those guys in the NFL for their run blocking, that's how I missed it. So Denver, good luck. But if you expect that dude to block anyone on 3rd and 8, ha! Tom freaking Compton just went to Denver. LMAO says Daniel. Yeah, pretty much. That Niner guy says, of course we are anxious. Spreadsheet said we was better than Tom Brady. Should get at least 12 ones. I don't know what
He
you're
did
talking
say
about.
that. He did say that.